is simple. My name is Dustin. I'm so glad you're here. This stream will be starting soon, so grab your coffee, get comfortable, and settle in. We're building a strong and supportive community, so say hello in the chat, ask questions, and feel free to use super chats if there's anything that you want to see highlighted. Thank you for being here and being a part of this journey. Let's keep it positive and respectful as we connect and grow together. I can't wait to get started. Good morning and welcome to Sunday Morning Coffee. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday. It just feels like just a few hours ago that we were live together for a Sunday evening live, which is not normal. Maybe more normal, hopefully, as time goes on, I'll have more guests. This week, something that I feel that I have to talk about, obviously, because I'm going to do it anyway. This week, I saw something that honestly surprised me. And not because it happened, but because I don't see it happen more often. I was sitting in a live stream, chatting away as one does. And before long, I noticed a disagreement breaking out between a few people in the chat. At first, I thought it was just a difference of opinion. That's normal. We all disagree from time to time. But it quickly became clear that it wasn't about the topic anymore. It became personal. There were insults, accusations, hurt feelings, and people talking past one another instead of with one another. Now, the thing that bothered me most wasn't that people disagreed. Healthy disagreement is part of a strong community. The thing that bothered me was thinking that everyone else was watching. The people who might have been new, the people who might have been considering joining the conversation, the people who were there to learn something, connect with others, or simply enjoy the discussion. And what message does that send when they see members of the community attacking one another instead of discussing ideas? Then I started thinking about creators themselves, the hosts who took the time to organize the stream, the guests who set aside part of their day to participate, the moderators. In this instance, there weren't no moderators on this side of the chat, trying to keep things running smoothly. These people put real effort into creating meaningful conversations, promoted the event, prepared the topics, coordinated schedules, and invest their energy into building something valuable. And it feels disrespectful when a handful of people decide that their argument is more important than the discussion everyone else came to hear. Now, as this community continues to grow, I think we all have a responsibility to help protect the culture we're building. We don't have to agree on everything, and there's no way we're going to. We don't have to think the same way, but we do need to treat each other with respect. Because if we're serious about helping people improve their health, then we have to create a space where people feel comfortable asking questions, sharing struggles, and learning. And we can't allow personal squabbles to become the thing people remember most about our community. There was just something that truly bothered me about the situation. These three individuals were arguing in the chat. Completely, like disrupting on that side of the chat. any conversation that could be had, paying attention to what the speakers were talking about. And it's sad because it's selfish. And hopefully, this is something that we can learn from. I don't know if I've seen this happen kind of before. I mean, obviously, we're going to have issues with trolls coming in. We're going to have people who come in who their sole goal is to disrupt. They're not interested in being a part of this community. They just go out looking for live streams, things to do to cause trouble. But these people, that was not their goal. Their goal was to be there and to converse and be a part of the stream and be a part of everything going on. But they got into an argument. And instead of taking it away from the chat and meeting up somewhere else, I don't know how they would do that, but they could have tried something. It's the proverbial, well, let's take this outside type thing, right? And nobody said anything. Nobody said, obviously the people on the chat, the people on the stream weren't necessarily overly concerned with what was going on in the chat. They were having a very in-depth conversation. And it wasn't until after the stream that it was noticed. I mean, I noticed it, but there was nothing I can do. I was not a moderator for that channel. And I've even thought, well, how would I have handled that? How would I have... I don't think I would have blocked them because I don't think they were doing something that required being banned from the channel. Though I would have probably put them in timeout. Sounds so remedial. Just put them in timeout. Put them in the corner. But that's how I felt about the situation. I felt that they were being very childish, selfish, arguing amongst themselves in a space where people are coming to share very important information about themselves. Because that's realistically what we're here for. We are here to listen, to learn, to share, to commiserate, to celebrate, to do all of the things that a community does with each other. In the chats, we're here to have a good time. We're here to talk with each other, talk amongst ourselves. And that's okay. But we have to be mindful. We have to be respectful. We have to not show our ass on somebody else's live stream. And I figured it was important to discuss. And obviously, I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus, say names, anything like that, because that doesn't get us anywhere. But I think, hopefully, if any of those people happen to hear this, watch this in replay, or in the chat now, I'm not sure. I don't have it pulled up right currently. They'll internalize what I'm talking about and understand that it's just pretty messed up. We're grown-ups. We're adults. Most of us in these chats, 40s, 50s, 60s, into the 70s, we're not children. And we shouldn't behave as such. At least in that manner. But we are here to have a good time and celebrate. And in that sense, act younger than we are. So, how is everybody doing this wonderful day? Donna Ray is in the chat already. Hello, Donna Ray. Good to see you. Bacon Runner. Brian Dish is in the house. Hello. Evelyn is here. Hello, Evelyn. How are you doing, my dear? Mr. Gugahan is here. Hello, Mr. Gugahan. How are you? And Mr. Bright Airy is here. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you, Evelyn. My interview last night with the colorful Dory is up and ready for you to check out the replay. Always a fun time hanging out with Dory. She's amazing. She's fun. So check it out after this is over. This might be a little too bright. What do you think? There we go. That may be a little bit better. And Donna says, I'm going to listen to your interview in full today, Brian. I was dealing with my son and both grandkids while trying to listen yesterday. I went to it was called Urban Air. It was a place called Urban Air. We took our granddaughter there. It's a crazy place for kids. There are birthday parties going on. It's a trampoline park, but it's more. There was like a section in the middle, like kind of off to the side in the middle, where there were like bumper cars, and some of the bumper cars you could go upside down. Like it flipped, and she was on it, and she get upside down, and she starts to panic because she doesn't know what to do. And there was like a zip line. It was like 30 feet in the air. She did that. She did the zip line, and it's like takes you way around, and then you're just like you come in. There's like a person there to catch you, and she came in hot. So I was doing that instead of listening to any live streams yesterday. For whatever reason, in the town where this was, it's a town of Plainfield, Indiana. It's like a town where cell reception goes to just die. Doesn't matter what carrier I've ever been with. It's never been good there. I've been with AT&T. I've been with T-Mobile. Never good. Never good reception. Very difficult to do anything in that town. But I digress. Donna says she's going to listen while she's alone driving in the car. She doesn't miss any of it. That's amazing. Mr. Rick is in the house. Good morning, Rick. How are you doing?
Let's get dangerous.
That's right. Yes. And there's Brian and Thomas's interview from yesterday. Go and listen to that when we're done here. Sharon is here. Good morning, Sharon. How are you? Let's take a minute right here and have some coffee. I have my coffee right here. How about you? Do you have your coffee? Do you have your coffee ready to go? Let's go. Delicious. Aaron, Miss Booby Goats is in the house. She says, good morning. I'm awake and coffee is made. Listen to that. It sounds like perfection. Coffee is very vital to happiness in my household. Isabel is here. Good morning, dear. How are you? Glad to see you. Everyone is happy to see Isabel. Rick says it rained last night, hot and humid now. The cats and ducks are hungry. And Eva Lynn said 21 minutes ago, our coffee is just brewing. Irish cream bones, my husband's choice on Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all of the wonderful fathers out there. So glad that it's Father's Day. And Rick says, I had found the Bobcat pins I had lost. They were on top of an old filing cabinet. Oh, my goodness. I don't know. You were talking about something about Bobcats, and I'm not sure what's going on about that. I imagine someone will fill me in along the way. And Donna says, I saw Muscovy ducks at the animal park yesterday, Rick. He would have tried to eat them. John is in the house. Hello, Smoothie. Hello, how are you doing, my friend? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Andy says, hello or happy Father's Day to all the daddies out there. Yes, yes, indeed. Happy Father's Day. I'm glad to see you, Andy. How are you doing, dear? What's the situation with the baby? Has the baby still not arrived? Or maybe I missed something? I try to keep up with everything, but there's so much to keep up with. It's very, very difficult. And usually when it comes to Facebook, I see things 6 days later. I'll start scrolling through and it's like, this was 6 days ago and this was 6 days ago. And I'm like, that would have been nice to see 6 days ago. Especially sometimes I'll see a post from a friend who's in town for the weekend. I'm in town, hit me up. I see it 6 days later. Rude. Mr. Brian Doyle is in the house. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Glad to see you. Rick says that Muscovy ducks are funny. I'm guessing they have good jokes. And this says the ducks steal the cat's food. It means the cat is not protecting its food. You know? Angie's in the house. Good morning, y'all. Happy Father's Day. Yeah. Oh, to all the dads, happy Father's Day. Jeff is in the house. Good morning, Jeff. Slept until 6:30 this morning. A huge win. I slept until 5:45, I think, today. I slept late yesterday. I had a good sleep yesterday. Today, I slept till 5:45 in the morning. Andy said, Jeff, I dreamt about snakes. So my sleep was interrupted by winnowing and trying to get that nightmare out of my head. I feel like sometimes I have these dreams where like I'm doing work. And it doesn't always have to be like a job. It's like you're focused on something. And I don't know how many of you have this. Like you'll be asleep and so like maybe you're dreaming about something that you were really invested in the day before. Or something you were really concerned about before going to bed. And you have dreams about that. Or sometimes I'll even have dreams that incorporate movies that we watch or TV shows that we watch before going to bed. Some aspect of the movie or whatever, something that was going on will bleed into the dreams that night and kind of make you feel, at least for me, like I got restless sleep. Like I'll wake up and know that I'm dreaming about something I shouldn't be, but it just keeps going all night. It's silly. I don't like it. Whimpering. That's what we're going for. Whimpering. B is here. Good morning, y'all. Well, good morning, B, and good morning to Sherry Lynn. Glad to see you. Good morning. We'll be listening as I get ready for work. Happy Father's Day to all of the dads. Yes. Thomas is here. Good morning, my friend. How are you, Mr. Target Prime Rib? Just another red shirt's in the house. Good morning, my friend. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. Very good to see you. And Sharon says, thoroughly enjoyed your surprise live with Dory. She is delightful. She is a delight, isn't she? She really is. She's so much fun. And it's, like I said, she's just one of those people that I've just known, but I don't know how I met her. Do you have people in your life like that where, you know, especially like online friends, right? Where you just know like, hey, I know you, but I don't know when that started, but I'm glad that it did. And red shirt, that sort of thing is in a chat is what our moderators are for. Yeah, 100%. Unfortunately, on that side, there were no moderators. I did reach out to this person, and now they have some moderators. A lot of people don't realize, you know, kind of like they either don't think about it, they don't know how to do it, they don't do a lot of lives, they're just kind of figuring things out. But as you start to grow and as you start to do this often, having moderators is very, very important. Because whether you're someone like Dr. Barry with like 4,000 people or you have 12 people, that doesn't stop the randos from coming in and being jerks. We all know that we have the person who comes into the various chats here that causes trouble and has been blocked on most everybody's channel for the most part. And Rick is asking, so will you let us know who was disrupting whose stream? I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to throw anyone under the bus because, again, this was the first time that I've seen it happen. And I don't think it's going to be an issue with these three people. So I didn't want to start spreading that kind of information out there. I just figured that I would talk about the scenario and I would talk about the circumstance, but I don't feel that it's valuable at this juncture to say who it was or whatever. I mean, most of you can probably put two and two together. If you were involved, you saw disputes between a few people where there was no moderation. So I don't think at this juncture it's prudent to put their names out there because I didn't think that was it distracting? Yes. Was it thoughtless and careless? Yes. But I didn't see that it was something that they were doing that was deliberate just to ruin the stream. Does that make sense? And Mr. Dish says, Dustin, that is what the internet has created for some people, bullies. There's always going to be bullies. Whether you're in real life or on the internet, there's always going to be bullies. There's no real way to get rid of bullies regardless. Now you can learn how to handle them, but there's always going to be those people in real life and online. Hurt people. And that's typically what happens in real life. The people who are struggling the most, the ones that feel the most powerless in their own lives, typically try to find that power in other ways and try to make, that's where bullies come from. It's almost always the kid who's getting it hard from home and their parents are just awful to them or they're neglected. And there's just all these things that create real life bullies. And the thing is, like, there's a lot of people online who find that being a bully online gives them some sort of feeling of gratification. And I don't think that these people were being bullies. In this particular circumstance, there was a perceived disrespect that just kind of went back and forth between these three people without a thought that maybe we shouldn't do this here. Bex is here. Good morning, dear. How are you? Good morning, Dustin. Good morning, everybody. Happy Father's Day to all the dads. Yes, I'm glad to see you. How are you? And Sharon says, I thought about that too. That was horrible. Some people don't know social cues and are unable to regulate emotion. Onlookers wouldn't understand. Felt awful for Christy for having to weed through it. Yeah. Now, I mean, she did turn off the live chat to her channel for that live. So you couldn't go back and look at that if you wanted to right now. So, yeah. Angie says, good morning, Evelyn. My coffee is percolating. And Mr. Rick says, if you don't say who they are, we cannot benefit. I think in this instance, just understanding the circumstances and understanding what to look for is valuable. And I don't think at this point saying who they are isn't a benefit to us at this point. If they were to continue being this way, then yes, I would say something of who they were. But at this point, I don't feel that that's beneficial. And it wasn't my channel. Evelyn says, I've gotten my coffee, but I've missed something. What have you missed, my dear? What have you missed? No, last night there were moderators for the Chafee Christie live last night. She did have moderators for that. And Evelyn said, we missed a lot of lives yesterday because we went shopping at Sam's Club for my daughter's grad party. The live in question was on Friday night. Terry's in the house. Good morning, my dear. How are you? And retired Rick Carnivore 69 is in the house. Good morning, my friend. How are you? And Isabel says, I know about 2 or 3 people that come into the chats and don't listen at all to what is being said. And you can tell by their questions. And I mean, that's going to happen, right? That's going to be something like people ask questions and they may not realize, that that's already been asked, or they're doing things. Because I often don't get a chance to listen to the whole stream. So, especially because there are so many. And Rick says, if I have a problem with the live stream, I mention the channel and the people involved, no ambiguity. I understand that, Rick. But again, like I said, this was not my channel, and I'm just trying to discuss a situation and not necessarily throw anybody under the bus. Because again, this is, for something like this, I don't see that it's been an ongoing problem. Something that I noticed. And, yeah. Surprised that I don't see it more often, I guess. Terry says, Dory has pizzazz. That she does. She is a riot. I love her to death. And Rick says they turned the old Toys R Us into an Urban Airs place. Yeah, I mean, where we are, they built a new warehouse for it, like a warehouse space for it. And like even around the corner from our house, there's a new place because they've built a whole bunch of warehouses near our house. And one of them is a place called Slick City, which it's a whole bunch of slides. It basically looks like a big water park with no water. So all these look like big giant water slides, but you just get on like this little mat thing and you go down these big, huge 20, 30-foot slides. And kids love it. It's packed all the time. Angie says, we're having Highland Grog Bones coffee this morning. Hubs picked it today, too. Added some Kerrygold to it. I love it. And Andy says, no baby yet. I'll text you personally when it arrives. Okay. I love that. I love the babies. I was watching or listening to Dr. Chafee's live last night with Christy. And I'm trying to chat with my one hand because I've got the baby asleep in this arm and chatting on my phone and just trying to talk to people is just coming out awful. And I'm like, I'm just going to listen. And my daughter was watching a hockey show. And so, yeah, it was just, then I finally had to relent and give the baby up and go to bed because Shander had to work this morning. We had to go to bed and I didn't want to keep her up too late. But it's like, I don't want to give the baby up. She was cuddling me so good and she was toasty warm. I love it. Donna says, some lady asked my son if the 2-year-old was his granddaughter. Like, what? People don't realize that I'm a grandpa. You're too young. Well, not really. Snakes are tasty fried. Oh, that sounds delicious. Isn't everything tasty fried? That's right. Tasty fried. Angie says they sell alligator at our local grocery outlet here, but I don't know how to prepare it. Christy is in the house. Good morning, my dear. How are you? Nice to be here. She says this fine Sunday. I'm glad that you are here. Christy says, yeah, thanks, Rick. My live stream of Palooza is done. I love it. Josephine is here. Good morning. Howdy, beautiful people. Hello. I figured that Rick would fall asleep. That was late. It didn't even start till 10 o'clock at night Eastern. Lewis is in the house. Good morning, sir. How are you doing? Yeah, Christy says, by then it was too late, still running the interview and couldn't really read fully to decipher all of it, just felt sick. Yeah, I was talking about this, so I don't know how much of my talk you've heard so far, Christy. So it was Christy's live that I was talking about. Still don't necessarily want to talk about who was the people in the chat. She has since blocked the chat, so you can't go back and look at it. But it was just one of those things. I just felt that it was, it was just a disrespectful thing. Christy puts together a live stream, takes the time, because it is a time commitment. Hour and a half of time. Our time is valuable. And then just to have that thing happen, it was just insensitive, rude, and hopefully we don't see that type of thing anymore. Now we will, I'm sure we will. But it's just hopefully something we can learn from. And Rick had a great live yesterday, he says. I'm glad that you did, my friend. Josephine is celebrating 7 months of membership. Thank you so very much. And Mr. Rick says alligators have heavy metals and their meat should not be eaten often. Yeah, I imagine it's probably not a great thing to eat all the time. I've only had little chunks, and it's usually deep fried, breaded. It's really, you don't really find like a nice filet mignon alligator. Your son did amazing, Christy. He was a great surprise guest. I love that. Lindy is here. Hello, Lindy. So very glad to see you, my dear. How are you? And Isabel says, well, I mean, one person asked something to someone on a panel. The question was answered live. The next day, the same person came back and asked the same question. People are gonna people, okay? I mean, people are gonna people. Humans are gonna be humans, and sometimes it's just the way that it goes. Sometimes it's just the way that it goes. You're gonna have that. Retro says, what? No membership gifting option? I do have the option to gift memberships. I don't have the ability to send anybody. I don't have the ability to gift my own memberships. When my channel was set up, there's 2 ways to set a channel up. And you can set it up as a personal channel or kind of like as a business, I guess. And if you set up as a personal channel, you can gift your own memberships. But when I set it up, I didn't know the difference. And I can't gift my own memberships now, so I don't know. But people can gift memberships if you want to. Should be, yeah. Membership gifting, yeah. I think that's what you're asking, Mr. Red Shirt. Uncle Charlie is here. Good morning. Are we allowed chicken parmesan for Father's Day? I don't know, whatever you want, man. Like, go ham. Amy is here. Hello, Amy. Good morning. I'm sorry I'm late. You know what? There's no such thing as late. As long as I'm still talking, you're on time. Jolyn is here. Hello. Very good to see you. And everybody's saying hello. And Andy says, my personality is too fragile to deal with the possibility of anything happening on a live stream of mine. Partially why I'm not online anymore. Too much stress dealing with people. Yeah, I mean, and that's okay. You do have to have a thick skin to be online. And one thing that happened that I think was beneficial for me is for a long time, I would only get a few comments a week. So I had a lot of time to really look over and respond to all those comments. But then when that little short video went crazy and now has like 2.4 million views, with it came like 1,000 comments, and I was getting hundreds of comments a day. I think 3,000, 4,000 comments on that video, something like that. And they just come in so fast, you can't even see them all. And some of them were really, really rough, really rude. I'm just like, okay, next. It's okay. It's fine. And I think that kind of thing can happen, and it just kind of shows you, okay, this is what it's going to be like, and I just have to be okay with it, because it's not you. The internet's going to internet, and I figure that either you are honest with yourself, like Andy, and realize that it's something that she's not going to be able to handle on a regular basis, and she moves on, or you're like me and others where they're going to come in, you're going to get crappy comments and weird things happening in live streams, and you're just kind of like, okay, no big deal. But I love that. I love that honesty. I love that self-reflection. I love that. Because I think all of us really need to really be able to look deep within ourselves and be honest with ourselves. And so often we're not. And that goes deep into everything. Like, that's what makes this lifestyle something that can be sustainable for some of us, for all of us, is digging in and realizing what about this lifestyle can work. And it's not always making the lifestyle fit your life, or you have to find that happy medium between molding yourself to a lifestyle and molding the lifestyle to you. You have to kind of find that almost like you hear it all the time at work, that work-life balance. You have to find that lifestyle balance where you know what you are going to want to eat. You know what's going to be something that's consistent for you. If you're a person that doesn't like sardines and I'm going to eat sardines every day for 6 weeks, it's not going to work out for you. You have to be honest about it. Yes, people gonna people. That's just how you I don't know. I don't think there's a better way to say it. People are gonna people. It's like when, like the way Shander talks about stuff at her job, like the things that she, like everybody's job, you deal with the same thing. You have the same thing. If you deal with the public, you have a list of things they're going to ask regardless of what instructions they're given. And you just learn to kind of let that roll off your back, because people are gonna people. And Lindy says, taking it one day at a time, trying to keep moving until surgery. Well, just know we're thinking about you, my dear. We're here. I don't know how much that'll help, but just knowing that people care about you and that we're thinking about you does help. I'm sure, at least I know what people are thinking about me. That helps me. And Andy says, still trying to lower my cortisol, but I miss my buddies and I miss making videos. I just know I'd be more stressed and it's not worth it for my mental health. Yeah, I think, if you can find a balance to where you're able to make videos without the stress, then, I'm in your corner. I've got the pom-poms ready to go, dear. But if you can't find that balance, then I would rather you be in a healthy state of mind with yourself without making content, but still coming in and checking in with us and texting and hanging out at meetups sometimes, Josephine says, do you have water next to the bed or stop to drink at a certain time before bed? I probably should stop drinking earlier than I do before bed. Sometimes, it kind of runs in phases. Like the winter time, I feel like I have more water next to the bed. I feel winter time is drier. And I'll usually have bottles of water up here. And sometimes I'll wake up in the middle of the night and have a soda or something, which is probably not the best. But also, I know if I can stop drinking early enough, I'll probably not wake up in the middle of the night to pee. Because, who wants to wake up at 3:30 in the morning to go potty? I don't. I want to sleep through the night. But some nights I just do. And some nights I'm thirsty before I go to sleep. But I really need to figure out a good time to stop having liquid before bed and then being mindful of how early I start the liquid in the next day. Because I think, 12-hour dry fast is probably okay. But yeah, I get thirsty in the night. If I have bottles of water, I'll chug a bottle of water in the middle of the night without even thinking about it. It is kind of a pain in the butt because I got to take the mask off and then put the water in, then put the mask back on and go back to sleep. Maritza is here. Hello, dear. How are you? Aaron goes, my skin is loose and jiggly, and I'm still online. I understand. Christy says, good morning to Jenny Middich. I didn't see Jenny Middich in here today. I went back and scrolled. Did I miss Jenny in here? That's crazy. I'm not seeing her in here anywhere. Maybe it's somewhere. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I'm just having a stroke. That's okay. It happens. It happens. Yeah, everyone's saying hello to Jenny, but I don't see her in here. I don't know what's going on. But hello, Jenny. Good to see you if you're here. My sister is here. Good morning, Sarah. How are you doing, my dear? I hope you're doing well. Yes. There we go. Mr. Redshirt gifted 1 Keto Simple membership, and it went to Lindy. Congratulations, Lindy. Thank you, Mr. Redshirt, and congratulations, Lindy, for that gifted membership. I appreciate that very, very much. Thank you so very much. Jolene's asking, would I do a video editing training again like I did with Chris? I am not against it. I actually have a tier of membership where I'm willing to work with people on how to do editing things. Go and whether it's thumbnails, video editing, whatever, I do have a tier of membership for that. And there's no current members of that right now, but it's there. I'm always willing to help people. I would be willing to do that again. That was a lot of fun. Amy is going to be eating brisket every meal for the next week. Oh, poor Amy. Speaking of brisket, they are submitting plans for a Buc-ee's about 20 minutes from my house. So that's going to be cool whenever it builds. So, I mean, I imagine if they're just now submitting the plans, we're probably still 2.5, 3 years out, right? Yeah, those briskets look good. Brian said, another Sunday morning that I did not hit the lotto. Me either. I don't even think about it. When I was driving to and from, I was driving to work all the time. I would pass a giant billboard with like whatever the current numbers were, whatever the current jackpots were for the Powerball, the Mega Millions, and the Hoosier Lotto. So I would see that every day. And then like when they would be high, you're like, okay, it's like 500 million. I'll go buy $20 worth of tickets. But I don't think about it on a day-to-day basis. I don't go and like I left the house yesterday for the first time since Tuesday. And Tuesday, all I did was run to the post office and back. So I left yesterday and I went to that indie or that Urban Airs place with the girl that's where her birthday is going to be. And then we stopped by Target so they could pick up a couple of things. And we came home and I did that live with Dory. And Amy says, I need to refer people to your technology membership, Dustin. Several people are asking me to teach them, and unfortunately just don't have the time. Yeah, I'm happy to talk about how I do things with, how I make thumbnails, edit videos, because I don't do anything really fancy. I mean, in most of even when I do like short form content, I just use my phone and I film out and about. And then I come home and I just record the audio quick, usually one take. I say it and then I just cut it up and I put it together and there you go. And Christy is cooking tri-tip today. That sounds good. I love that. And Donna Ray wants to know how to do an end screen. Those are super easy. Super easy to do end screen. You can add an end screen like in your dashboard. There's actually a phone app. YouTube has a phone app. I can't think of what it's called right now, but it's got its own app that you can download onto your phone and edit content right into your phone. I think it's really built around shorts. But I mean, Instagram has one, YouTube has one. I'm pretty sure TikTok has one. They all kind of have their own editing app because they want to get that little bit of profit, And Christy says, that's a good idea. I didn't even know Dustin had that as an option. Yeah, I do have an option of membership available that is like a technology, like help teach people how to nobody's taken me up on it really yet. So, And Amy says, when we do a meetup, Dustin, I can bring 40 pounds of smoked brisket as it has to rest 6 hours, which is perfect for the Indy drive. Hint, hint, hint. I love it. And Charlie is here. Hello, Charlie. I'm glad to see you, my friend. One of my favorite t-shirts says, feed me brisket and tell me I'm pretty. Yes, 100%. I love that shirt. And Lindy says, Buc-ee's has to be my favorite sliced brisket. We have a lot of barbecue places in Texas, and I still think Buc-ee's brisket is best. Buc-ee's brisket is great. And Jolene's asking which tier. There's 3 tiers that I have in my memberships. I have the 99-cent tier, a $4.99 tier, and then the helping people with the video editing and ding is $25 a month. It's not cheap, but I figured if a bunch of people did it, then it would probably take a lot of time. So. And Mr. Brian says, I think I'm going to film my closet purge today as I have a lot to choose from. Oh, my goodness. And Amy says, most people aren't able to use DaVinci Resolve, which that's the program that I use. I use DaVinci Resolve. It is, and I have the studio version, which is a one-time price. It's about $300 for a one-time payment. And then it's the same basic program that they use to make movies. They make full-on actual, like, movies with them. Now, they're not, like, one person isn't sitting doing it by themselves. They have a whole team of people who make these movies. One person probably spends a few weeks on a single scene between cutting and editing and all the different people who do it. There's the people who do the cutting, people who do the color grading, the people who do all the special effects work and all that stuff. But, yeah, all that stuff, they do utilize DaVinci Resolve for a lot of that stuff. Mr. Lyons Danivore is here. Hello, Dan. How are you doing, my friend? Happy first day of summer. It is the summer equinox, the summer equinox tonight. The longest night of the year, or the longest day of the year, I should say. Shortest night of the year is what I'm trying to say. Josephine is out of here. I hope you have a great night's sleep. She's going to bed. It's super late for her because she's on the other side of the planet. Lindy's got to run. Well, have a great night, a great day. Have a wonderful day, friends. Have a great one. And Thomas says, I'm missing the chat. Sorry, just made some steak and a side of tallow bark. Sounds delicious, my friend. And Sonny says, good morning. Hello. Good to see you. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. Yes, if you're just coming in, hit the like button. Share with your friends. Do all the things. And just remember, too, that Keto Chow right now has very limited supplies of the licorice, both red and black licorice. If you're a fan of those, they've got other flavors. They have grape salty back in stock, and it is a new and permanent flavor. So get on that because it's the best flavor in my opinion. And I believe they still have some stock of the apple, which is delicious. So go to ketosimple.shop, save 10%, and it helps me out a little bit too. Yes. Oh, my goodness. So what's going on, everybody? Normally I have a lot more to talk about, but today I did a live yesterday. I don't have as much to talk about. Karen Harrington is here. Good, happy Father's Day. Great interview with Dory. Good morning, friends. Thank you so much. She's fantastic. She's super sweet. She's all the things you want a person to be. Thomas says, I'm not a father, but I watch them on TV. Yeah. And Sonny's asking, what are my plans for Father's Day? I do after this stream. I got to pack up some things for Chandra. Her her Aunt Flo is visiting, and I need to take her a care package to work. She doesn't have enough supply at work to handle the full day that she's got there today, so I'll be driving across town for that. You know, doing the things that husbands do, you know. And then I don't know what I'm going to do today. Hang out. Probably going to watch the new episode of the Dutton Ranch. I know I'm probably coming towards the end of that first season. I don't know what episode. It's like 6 or 7. I don't know how many episodes are going to be, 9 or 10. I missed the days of like 22 episodes of TV shows had 22 plus episodes. But, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a low key day for me. Probably going to make something. So I had that stream last night with Dory. Then I go and do the worst possible thing I could have done is I ended up having Kraft mac and cheese for dinner. It's so bad. So bad. But like I was talking in the live yesterday with Dory, I was like, it's a good thing to have because it's hard to go off the rails when I have to come here and like tell you guys about it. And like, oh, then I'm going to feel bad about it. I'm going to be like, oh my goodness, like I shouldn't have done that. Like, yeah. But then I'm going to open up and talk to you about it because again, it shows real life. What real life looks like for me. And obviously it doesn't always mirror yours. But these are the struggles that I deal with. And I'm usually pretty good about it. But I don't know. Why does it taste so good? It's so dumb. Because it doesn't taste good. And then while we were making that last night, son-in-law's he's on a work trip. He works on semis. And he got called Tuesday to go out to New Jersey. They flew him into like Philadelphia, then he hotel in Jersey, and then like yesterday he was driving through Manhattan, and he was like, he had like his phone set up so we could see where he was driving, and so he was like showing off like to our granddaughter where he was driving, and he was like passing like Market Square. What is it? The big arena in New York, Madison Square Garden. So Madison Square Garden, and he was driving through Times Square, and he got himself a cannoli from this place that Chandra likes because Chandra's been in New York a bunch when she was a kid, and I have never been to New York. Never been to New York City. Never been to New Jersey. I've been to, I think, east, as far as east as I've been is North Carolina, South Carolina, but I've been to like Pittsburgh, not that far east, but you know. But yeah, West Virginia, Pittsburgh, that stuff. So yeah. And Evelyn says, I got my KC order in for a while. I got my last Keto Chow order in for a while. Graduating seniors aren't cheap, and then 2 trips back home set us back a little. You know, I mean, we got to do what we got to do, you know, like everything's sort of like that, you know. We just got to make do. Dan says, so my wife wanted to take me out for a Pops Day at Braz Steakhouse. Told her to use that cash to buy our own steaks that would last for weeks instead of a day. I hate wait. Yeah, I mean, that's like the thing is like, I don't have a problem going out to dinner sometimes if it's something that I don't want to cook on my own. Like, I don't mind going to Buffalo Wild Wings. I don't cook. I mean, I don't mind having, like, I don't cook wings at home. I mean, if I'm gonna cook chicken at home, it's going to be chicken thighs. But it's nice sometimes to go out and have dinner cooked for me, and I don't have to deal with it. Go out, have, some wings. Just Shannon and I sit around and talk, or we do like a meetup or something like that. But I don't go get steaks because I can cook steaks, really good steaks, right in a cast iron at home. And I don't have to go anywhere, and I'm spending a third or less. So yeah, I understand that, Dan, 100%. I don't mind going out for sushi. If we're going to go to dinner, it might, I'm not going to make sushi at home. So I'll go out and get sushi, And Evelyn says, Happy Father's Day to all the men. Even if you are a father, dad, uncle, grandpa, pawpaw, or a great inspiration to anyone, thank you. Yes, that's what I'm saying. And Pete is here, Papa Carnivore. Good morning, my friend. How are you? And Red Shirt says, can't stand mac and cheese. Drives Mrs. Red Shirt. I imagine. Now, the thing is, Shannon and I like different mac and cheese. She likes, she'll just basically, you just make the cheese, you make the macaroni, and then you dump in just cheese and stir it up. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I mean, it's good. It's cheese and it's noodles. It's not, but I like a creamy. I grew up with my grandma making the Velveeta mac and cheese, and then baking in the oven so I had like a crust on top. That's what I grew up with. Christy must get a kickback on every picanha sold. She goes, what kind of steak are you going to buy? Please say picanha. Oh, I love it. And Rick is here. Twinbrook Acres Rick is here. Hello, my friend. How are you? And Angie says, yeah, same here. We don't go out to eat because of the cuts into our meat money. Yeah. Yeah, and for the price we'd spend for 6 people at a steakhouse, says Dan, I'm buying an entire cow. I haven't been to a fancy like steakhouse, I don't think ever. I mean, I think like the fanciest steak I've ever had is like $25 steak or whatever back at like Texas Roadhouse or Longhorn or whatever, one of those places. And Redshirt says, if you're ever planning a trip to the North Jersey, hit me up. I've just got a couple of food tips for you. Yeah. I'd love to go and do that. I want to go to Philadelphia. I want to do like food tourism, which is totally awful for me because it would be the worst food ever. Cindy is here. Hello, Cindy. I've missed you. How are you, dear? How are you? How is Guinea Pig? Pete's heading into work. Hello. Be safe. Right, Christy? It's like I feel like I haven't seen you in a while too, Cindy. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, I feel the same way. That's exactly how I feel, Yes. And Dan says, I love this weather. Yeah, it's currently 58 degrees here in Indy. It's going to rain today. It's going to be a high of 77 today. Tomorrow, high of 72. But there's going to be thunder and lightning. And then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's going to be a high of 76, 78, 78. I don't know. Hopefully we can still go to the pool a little bit. I mean, we've got a pool and, yeah. Thomas says, I've only gone to steakhouses when meetups are involved. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And Lewis says, yeah, come to NYC and visit Dan and I. Yeah. I would love to be able to make it out there. It's just kind of far. I'm very glad to hear that, Cindy. Oh, that's right. Cindy, they've been at their sister's in South Carolina. Just got home last night. Yeah, okay. I knew there was something. It was just one of those things like you just hadn't seen your faces around. You've been on vacation, just how they're having a good time. Kelly is here. Kelly, Missouri Carnivore is in the house. Good to see you, Kelly. How are you? And Sharon says, even when I made Kraft mac and cheese for my boys when they were little, I always added butter, milk, and real cheese to make it real. So I made mine, I used butter and heavy cream. I don't know. There's just something about like just the childhood. Like they were asking me like, what do you want for dinner for your birthday? And I'm thinking like, I don't know. I want to eat like a 5-year-old. I have like chicken strips and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I have the worst time picking out food for myself. I should be better at it. Take care, Red Shirt. I hope you have a good rest of your day, buddy. Get some good rest, my friend. Marisa says, how do you put something in the chat for someone's chat? I'm not sure what you're asking, Maritza. I'm very curious. Dan said, yeah, Lewis. Yeah, yes, Lewis. Dustin, come to New York. We'll treat you. Full-on NYC experience. We'll have dinner. Then we'll mug some people and steal some Knicks-colored trash cans. Then we can hit up the club. Is it bad that I just want to go and I want to see Casey Neistat? Is that how weird? Like the only thing I really know, like I want to go and see, like I want to see like his office. Is that weird? I mean, I obviously want to see like the touristy stuff too. But it was fun. So it was funny. Like the first couple nights that my son-in-law was out there, he was like, "Yeah, I saw this prison. I think it was Guantanamo." I was like, "That's in Cuba," and they were like, "Oh, is it? What was the other one they called it? They called it the prison that's in San Francisco, the old prison that's in like the San Francisco Bay." It said that one, and I'm like, "No, that's in San Francisco." And then so he was looking at Rikers Island, which I was like, I had to look up because I'm like, I've never been there, so I'm not familiar with where Rikers is. I know it's in the water somewhere, like it's an island prison, but I wasn't really sure where it was. But yeah, so I had to kind of look that up. But I saw that lady steal that Knicks trash can. I'm like, that's crazy. And I watched this morning, I did watch Casey's video from the parade from yesterday. Like the parade, yeah. Like, so remember the parade was Friday, the parade? That was pretty cool. The big giant ticker tape parade they've had in 53 years. Yes, Alcatraz. Yeah, Alcatraz. That's what I was thinking of. For some reason, there's a band from Indy called the Birdmen of Alcatraz. And I'm like, what's the band name? I got to see them a couple of times, and they were prolific. And then, like, some of the guys from that went on to be in this hip-hop group called the Mud Kids. Yeah, I was curious. What does Maritza need? I wasn't quite understanding what she was trying to do. And Amy says, I wish I knew you, Dan. When I went to New York twice, told me the best kept secrets in New York City. I love going to Virgil's New York City. Ever been there? I want to go because I mean, if you're a New York pizza, I want to see what's the real deal about New York pizza. They say it's the water in New York that makes it taste so good. Yeah. Oh, how do you put someone's channel? You just copy and paste it in there. Yeah. You should be good to go now. Yeah, only moderators can share links. Dan says, it's pretty bad in New York when they force you to watch the Jets on Sundays. Well, that's like what they're talking about here in Indiana. Like they're going to be putting, like maybe the Bears might be coming to Hammond, Indiana. But in my opinion, they'll still be the Chicago Bears. They'll just be playing in Hammond. Like the Jets. They don't play in New York. They play in Jersey. The Giants play in Jersey. Well, duh. You got this. You got this, Christy. Karen saying good morning to people. Yeah. Evelyn says, welcome to the dark side. Everybody's laughing at me about Alcatraz, so I couldn't remember it. You know what? Remembering everything all at once is difficult, okay? My little brain is tiny. Okay? But yeah, if you want to check out the Birdmen of Alcatraz, they're pretty fun. Risa is here. Good morning, Risa. How are you, my dear? Welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget, Christy, Dustin is a pirate, so watch out. Maybe. I'm too clean to be a pirate. Ugh, couldn't be like, let's go on a ship voyage for 3 years and not bathe once. Sounds terrible. Not gonna do it. Not for me. I wish it would show me like what the things were here, like steak, bacon, ribs. It doesn't show. I can see it over here, like on YouTube, but not in here. That drives me bananas. Banana pants is what it does. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna have an easy peasy day today. No poop cruise. I don't want to go on a poop cruise. Let's see. Brian, Dustin is Thomas is Dustin the son of Blackbeard. I don't know. I mean, it's very. My grandfather on my mother's side. So my mother's father was furry like the missing link. I have only a couple of photographs of him that I'm aware. I know I have boxes and boxes and boxes of pictures in the garage. But like he was just like, you could like lift him up by his arm hair. It was just, yeah. And I couldn't imagine what he would have looked like if he had grown a beard. He was always clean shaven from the photos that I've seen. I don't know if he ever tried to grow a beard, but he was like in World War II and all that stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if he would have, I don't know what he would have looked like with a beard like this. You know, I just don't know. Evelyn says, you can share anything you want now, Maritza. You're a moderator. Yeah, I figured she wanted to share some stuff. It's always good to have a couple extra moderators. It's always good. It's a little bit good. It's a little bit better good. Good, better, good. I might be the missing link, Thomas, okay? I might be. And Rick says, us mid-century guys rarely grew beards. It was just like, that's like, I mean, the whole reason that were like the holes in the medicine cabinets to drop your razor blades in, because that was somebody else's problem. All those razor blades, that was future problem. That was the renovator's problem. Yeah, it might just be a missing link. You don't know. Carl says, I found the band, the Birdmen of Alcatraz. Is that the one you were talking about? Yeah, they're from Indianapolis. And then some of the guys from Birdmen created a hip-hop group called the Mud Kids. And I think they had some success on the radio a little bit, but not much. Christy, I love that. I've got a couple of videos going strong right now, and I've gotten a few hundred subs in the last 3 days. It's nice having my work pal. Yeah, it really, really is. It's really nice. So what Amy's saying is just she likes tourist pizza. She likes touristy pizza is what she's saying. She likes Chicago deep dish pizza. It's tourist pizza, you know. It's fine. But she grew up near Chicago. Then you should like you should like Chicago pizza. You know, bar pie. Not that deep dish lasagna stuff. Have a good one. Be safe. Have fun at church. Christy has yet to make a chaffle, and I even bought the waffle maker like a year and a half ago and just haven't done it. Yeah, you can make mine. My waffles are just egg, gelatin, and mayonnaise. And you can maybe get some thin sliced picanha, like run it through like a meat slicer, and then just have a big picanha sandwich. Yeah, I bet that would be delicious. Yeah, Thomas says that fell asleep last night during fell asleep, missed your interview with Dr. Chafee, fell asleep. Yeah, it was like 10 o'clock at night. That's pretty late for a lot of people. That's okay. I was there for most of it. Then I had to go and get some stuff out of the dryer and do things and start another wash load and do, you know, all the things. You know how it is. Work is never done. Got more laundry. I don't know. I don't know if I'll do more laundry. I've already done laundry today. I've already put stuff from the wash into the dryer and put another wash load. So I've already messed up and done laundry on Father's Day. But what are you going to do? It needs done. It's got to be done. Doesn't mean I have to work hard today. I just got to drive across town a little bit, take Chandra some stuff, because that's what she needs. And Thomas says, I haven't made chaffles yet as I don't have a waffle iron, so I make chan cakes. Well, the thing is like if you can get them, like you can get like the little chaffle, like the little single chaffles, like the little one, like the little dash ones for like $9, $10 each. And I always recommend having two, because making two, then you're done. But I've got a 4, so it makes 4 at a time. Still takes 9 minutes to make 4. But that's okay. That's okay. And Christian says, yeah, I knew it would be very late for most people, but, especially the people on the East Coast. But Dr. Chafee's in Australia, so I had to work around his schedule. I think it went pretty well. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. He was talking about vitiligo. There was some cool stuff about vitiligo, and how that, like being an autoimmune issue, and a carnivore, clean keto could probably help people who have vitiligo. I don't know how much it can bring back the pigment, because some people have pretty substantial vitiligo. And Risa says to Christy, try Cindy's waffles and Dustin's, both different recipes, both delicious. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Cindy. She says, happy Father's Day to all the dads here. All of them. And Kelly says, I will be live later today at 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern on my channel and having an open panel. I love it. Sounds great, Kelly. Christy says, I'm on summer break now, so this is the time when I have time and I need to do it. Do it. That's the thing. Just do it. Do it. And Risa says, I got 2 Dash type waffle makers. One is actually a Dash brand. The other was a generic from Target. Both were under $10. Yeah. The problem that there's a nostalgia brand that you can get from Walmart. And the problem that I have with the nostalgia brand is that the batter can leak inside of the waffle maker itself. And that's very difficult to clean. So I would say that going with the Dash brand when they're with the same price or a very similar price would be the best thing. I don't know what Target sells. I don't know what brand they have. But yeah, I don't know if they have a similar problem to the nostalgia brand or not. Arisa says, happy Father's Day, Dustin, to all the dads out here. Yes. And guinea pig, I love it. And Karen can't wait to listen to the replay with Christine, Dr. Chevy. It was great. Kelly says, I got the 4 mini chaffle maker that I have got out of the box yet. Will when I get done with the Lion Diet next week. That sounds awesome. Yeah, I've got the 4 square one. So I have that. Okay, so I'm very big slacker, and I'm supposed to do a 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and I have all this stuff to give away. I have a Dash 4x4 square waffle maker to give away. I'm going to give away a jar of the Chosen Foods mayo, a bag of the gelatin that I use for my waffles. You have to supply your own eggs because those aren't going to ship very well. And then I've got a bunch of things to give away. I've got some, keto chow bundle to give away with some salty, and I've got Susie over at what was Scrummy Sweets is now Switch Sweets, gave me a bundle to give away to people, and I've got a bunch of other things I'm going to throw in there, just random stuff that you guys might like. I just have to get off my duff and make the video. There was a 10,000 subscriber giveaway, and I'm already at 11,000. So, yeah, I am slacking hard, and I apologize. So, yeah. So one of you might win a Big Dash waffle maker. You never know. Christy says, getting my new dishwasher installed today. Hey, it's fine. I mean, you wash dishes in it, and that's what you use to eat. Not keto related, I know, but I'm excited. Mine broke out of nowhere on Thursday, basically too expensive to repair. So I got a new one. Yeah, we got a new one when we bought a whole new set for the kitchen. It came with a refrigerator, stove, the vent cover microwave thing, the vent hood microwave, and the dishwasher. We got that, like, I don't know how many years ago we got that, but that was good. That was, the downside is the refrigerator. The refrigerator doesn't make ice anymore, and one of the burners on the stove just is either on or off. It's just high. It doesn't. There's no. Yeah. Rick says waffle maker is also good for heart attack burger buns. Yeah. I think my waffles would make good burger buns. So yeah, it's a giveaway for 11,000 now, I guess. Yeah. And Christian says, I noticed you were at 11,000. Yeah. It's a surprising thing that it came that fast. And Karen says, I have yet to try chaffles, need to watch some videos for ingredients, and I want to add keto chow. Yeah, I've got some of those. I've got a recipe where you can make use the keto chow potato flavor and make like hash browns with the waffle maker. And then also different kinds of chaffles on my channel too. How can you win an iguana? Go down to your aqueduct or viaduct or whatever it is you live near, your canal, and just snag one up. Just pick it up. My Carnivore Chronicles is in the house. Good morning. I'm super late to the party today. Morning, everybody. Morning. Glad that you could join us, though. Why would anyone want potato flavor? Well, I would say, why would you want potato flavor? And that doesn't make any sense. But other people like potato. You could add it and make like a faux potato soup. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make sense to you, Rick, but you know. Is there a duck flavor keto chow? That would be kind of neat. That would be pretty cool. But I don't know. That would be interesting, though. Maybe a Charger Mopar Chronicle or a Charger Mopar Rick collab with keto chow and make duck or iguana flavored keto chow. But I don't think they're going to be making any savory ones for a while. Yeah, Risa. Yeah, so Risa. Yeah, the potato flavor is awesome. Created by Steve from Serious Keto. I make faux potato pancakes with it at Hanukkah time this year. I'm going to try other potato holiday dishes with it. Yeah, that sounds delicious too. Like latkes and all that stuff. Delicious. Well. Today being Father's Day, I think I'm going to cut this a little bit short. We've been going for 90 minutes. I did a 2-hour live last night, 90 minutes today. There's a lot of lives coming up today. Be sure to join in on those. And again, thank you for being here for me today. Happy Father's Day to all of you fathers, those out there who are stepping up and taking care of business, being a good dad, a good grandpa, uncle, big brother, whatever it takes, right? And I'm glad that all of you are here and spending your time with me, and it makes me very happy. It fills my heart with joy. I'm super excited. Yeah, and Evelyn says the mushroom soup is on its way out. I think it was mislabeled. It should be a gravy. Yeah, it'd be a great gravy mix. You know what I mean? But anyway, I thank you all for being here. Again, happy Father's Day. Thank you for spending your time with me. Thank you for listening to me talk about all the things that we talk about week in and week out. I will see you all on Tuesday night. I'm excited for that. My birthday is Thursday. I'll be 47 years old. But with that, here comes these credits. I'm working on some new credits. Hopefully I'll have them by next week. We'll see how things go. Anyway, I love your faces. Here are those credits.